big
wearing 3D shirts is not in my future ever again, so we have to stretch things out.
Oh, 3P. You know what? I'm actually.
How many hours do you fit in the field? Or how many
I actually have an interest in
Well, I read that. First time you came to LA, you was down to C4. So you'd have to drill the half moon. Oh, yeah.
to give it the right
Drug by. It's like,
Want to take the dome off?
Oh, sure. I got to work on my shoulders next and drill in the gas pipe holes and the slots.
Used to come off real easy. Now it doesn't.
The heat. There it is. So steady progress for you.
You know what? I wish it was a lot more. The problem is I'm working like a gazillion hours a week. So I did the extra here. Help keep it.
Huh. Nice and modular.
Remote and CF sound. So it's got your amplifier and your card and everything all in one. And so all I have to do is apply power to it and then my speaker out. And the speaker, and this just drops in the slots and I cable tie it to the frame, holds it down.
Yep.
In the front, I'm going to do the same thing. It's just in there. Excuse me.
Nice. I like the convenience of the modularity of it.
Yeah. So it sticks in here, does a couple turns, and goes up. And so what that allows me to do is when I close the door, if this isn't shutting tight, I can actually, stick the Allen wrench in there and torque it, and so I can actually put some leverage in there. So when I close it up here, I can hit this at the same time, and it does pretty good. As tight as it is up here, it's tight down here. This one doesn't have it. I can make it. That's these door servos.
you can turn them off.
I can turn them off.
We decided to save $10 and get the cheapest.
Well,
It's not that. It's just the limits, and they just
with all those servos. These are actually buzzing on me right now. I upgraded my receiver, and it's a 2048 bit, and I think it has a hard time keeping these in that accurate of a position because I never had the problem when it was 1024. So I'm actually going to dumb down the receiver. I'm going to get rid of these because these are direct drive. I'm going to put them into the micro so I can show them. Because that buzzing goes. Yeah, so these, I have the option to, you can open them all up and then I can close them. Yeah, I thought I'd do something a little different on the front there, but they can all open, and then when I close it, I can go in and I can dial them one at a time. So that I can just, selectively pick. The hard thing is with these controllers, right, is how do you control everything? Cool, man. Great. Okay, so I can do one at a time, but then if I turn it like this, I can actually force them closed, or I can shut them all off, right? Yeah. Because that way, if little kids are like screwing around with it, you can turn it back on. They're gonna buzz, but at least now they're captured, right, to keep them off. But no, this worked out really nice. This the little rod right here, because it's just to keep that in there. But yeah, it worked out. Direct mount worked really good. I didn't realize. I haven't looked at everyone, but it fits. This one's a little tight. I'm going to go with a little bit smaller servo because it's like when you button up your skins, it's right in there. Yeah. And I could have got if I had just moved my hinge down just an eighth of an inch.
I think it was luck where I put mine.
Because it just fits, right? That's how this is. This was not luck because I'm about a foot on the bottom of this to get it to fit, and I cut a big notch out here to get the one up above that to fit.
I got older hinges, so I got like a good inch on the bottom. Well, these ones came two different sizes, and our wife did it for this.
of squeezing that in there, and it's just a little. It's gonna wear out that servo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they'll fail.
It's gonna die on me.
But
So
they just buy cheap ones.
that's what I need to do. Or I could get the high tech, the 65 MGs. That would fit nice. Because I'm running the 82s, 85s, and that's because I wanted the big one because they're 40 ounces, and I figured they'd
All
like.
mine are the cheap little blue ones from China.
Well, that's good because yeah, you swap them out. But yeah, that's why I mounted all that stuff. Okay. Yeah. So are you using a 256? Well, because your servo may be different.
I drilled it. I tapped
Okay,
it.
because you tap because it's a plastic head.
Yeah.
Okay, so because this one has the metal with the 256
Yeah.
tap, and so
Yeah.
this rod is 256
Yeah.
tap, so it works
Yeah.
really nice because I can just screw it right, put a nut on it, screw it up in there, and then use the nut to seize it up against there, and then it holds really nice because that's the only thing that's turning the whole bottom, you know. But it hasn't broken loose yet.
Well, my
I got my
Arduino
camera.
board's right here too, so
I'm gonna get the 64 meg iPhone.
Mine's pretty gig right now.
Huh?
Hope it's gig.
So hook up the
Meg
64
Logix and it's just fucking
64
screaming
megabyte
noise.
device.
yeah,
You
mine.
can hear all the
Sites.
transistors.
Oh yeah, mine's
That's
really
all I
loud,
really need.
too.
I was
thinking about putting like a filter in it.
You had to
64 megs.
See, I even got a ferrite bead on here, and I even stuck a bunch of other places. I've tried all kinds of shit.
doesn't work.
No, not yet.
So we're
I narrowed it down to those chips.
start shooting on every weekend.
Chips, yeah.
They're this Maxim chips. They're the same as on TC's boards and stuff. The Maxim LED drivers.
You can off your i5 if you have an iPhone 5 or whatever.
Incredibly noisy.
We have a 4, so I got my 4
No, the thing is,
Oh, if you're going for 4
I
to
first
6,
did
yeah.
mine. Noise too now. Before I didn't hear anything, but I think I shorted one out, and now it's kind of. So I think I might have
I
messed
wrote
them
the
up.
Pequeno.
Yeah, so I had to place the capacitors on them. I fried both of them.
Oh, that could
You remember this area.
But I replaced good ones, same ones, but it's still making noise now. So
Still waiting for that.
gotta swap them out. See what
I
happens.
do
think about
Android
it.
'cause I like the open source coding and stuff.
Yeah.
I have an so here is where you're saying.
Yeah. So I intentionally, when you look at it, when I designed it, this whole edge is like this, so that it's easy to take down. Because I knew I didn't know exactly where it needed to be, and the domes were kind of inconsistent, so I couldn't make it exactly perfect. So you'll see that it's all chamfered like this, so you can easily just kind of grind it down to where it needs to be. And then that's why there's that insert in there. If you overdo it a little bit, that kind of will.
so on the left one is volume.
Make that announcement now, so you guys know that's something you're gonna have to do.
So, can I give it to you now?
It's not.
I have it on both random sound on and off. When it's playing random sound, you say how frequent you random sound. So that's what
They just you don't get very far. I mean, they're not like the NPCs where they just grab. When they're on like a little incline, they just start going. So
The two wheels are driving.
Done.
What's that?
Servo doing.
Yeah, it's that's
that
controlling
lifts us
everything. Well, that's everything. And the doors, see this is the doors slide into the body to get them out of the way.
We found the person.
Nice. Whoops, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, and I bet it doesn't weigh a ton like mine.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
What's in there? I know, but there's no motors or anything yet.
Yeah, no, it's
It's that. That's the
well, and
magic.
this will be smaller.
Yeah. Oh, so you really gonna
You can just use those slow CO2 systems.
Oh yeah. You know, they make little tanks, and this thing lasts forever.
I would like to get some of those small ones like they used to
Get the
use
paintball
inside the
canisters.
the MPC
paintball
wall
canisters.
kit.
Okay, if I can figure out how. And see, it wouldn't act. You'd never know if it was moving. I just make sure I move a little bit, and then it would close. But yeah, like I said, it's Why doesn't it work? That's because it shouldn't work.
You gonna do steam out of the bottom of it?
Yeah, actually, I tore them out this morning because it was keeping the door from closing. But last night I put a red LED in it and CO2 coming out of it when it was open.
Nice.
It looked pretty cool, but it needs more engineering.
If you do that, you have to do this.
Stop it.
No, I think it's only fair that you do this.
Who else? Are you gonna help?
No, he's right next door.
Thanks, Chris, for giving me hope. No, but I would if I could, but I just can't.
And this,
It isn't a part of the original
no one
trilogy.
has enough time to do after sale
Oh, is he?
support
He
on
managed
this.
to.
You know, because it's like it's not working. Well, try tweaking that thing just a hair, not too much. Because
Try this liquid bearings.
yeah, no, it's right. And there's
Liquid bearings.
there is no lube on this thing.
So you're an expert. You can do it.
Stop.
No, but once you get a little drop on there, it'll last forever.
Like all these things, the more you add,
Like 99% there.
if you were
Well, it
automating
was
your
there.
stuff,
It's actually
it would never bring you to an event.
No, it just stay home and it'll be.
It would be breaking all the time.
Oh, that's why I don't. That's why everything's manual.
Yeah.
It's safer that. And then I can put it in a box when I'm done.
yep. Well, and the hinge,
this?
yeah.
Is that your problem?
Well, I have many problems.
So they did, yeah, they show they have actual R2, yeah. So, and this was on one page. They just called it a stick.
And they tell you a little bit about it.
So that's it.
Because the treads are so loose right now, right now I'm having a hard time getting started, you know. You'll see them slip.
Well,
Little bug is freaking out.
yeah. Looking to get himself run over.
Yeah.
You won't turn that but what you can do is you can still plug in your
So could like tanks where you got sprockets in there,
Yeah.
something like that? Or?
Oh yeah. You could do it so it wasn't a friction system. It's just a way of hooking up the chain to the actual tread.
I see.
You know, so like I think the Wallies they did a chain